I'm extremely happy to announce that I've designed and built this entirely new lapdog. And before I get into how it was made and everything, let me just show you how it works. So all you need is a modern Android phone, like for example my Google Pixel 9 running Graphene OS, and this thing turns your phone into a laptop. This isn't the first lapdog I've built on this channel, but something that sets it immediately apart from my older prototype, a part of the new form factor of course, is that this screen is touch. It's also much lighter than my previous lapdog, even though the power bank comes with more capacity. There's of course a touchpad on the keyboard this time, and the keyboard and screen are protected when you close the thing and carry it around. So even though there are of course some new flaws in this new prototype that I will be talking about later on, I think we're definitely making huge steps towards a DIY lapdog that's easy to make, robust, compact, looks cool, and affordable. I paid around $150 for all the different components used in this device. Half of that was just for the screen, which may sound like a lot, but for a decent touch screen, that's actually a pretty good bargain. Besides the screen, around $20 went into the keyboard, $20 into the power bank, $10 for the cables. I will link all the components I used for this in this video's description. So as long as you have a 3D printer, you can easily build this thing yourself. Is what I would have to say if it wasn't for service providers like JLCPCB, the sponsor of this video. Because JLCPCB can manufacture all sorts of custom parts for DIY projects for you. Whether it's PCBs, CNC machined metal, or 3D printed pieces, they've got a huge variety of services that enable anybody to build complex DIY projects, like for example my lapdog, without needing to buy and own every single piece of equipment you might need for them yourself. So definitely go check out JLCPCB if you're interested. They're the top link in the video description. It's sponsors like them that enable me to spend an irresponsible amount of money on developing these projects and upgrading my equipment. So thank you, JLCPCB. Anyway, let's talk about what I find the most interesting regarding any DIY build like this, which is the design decisions that had to be made. The most crucial aspect of any 3D printed DIY laptop is gonna be the hinge mechanism. And I very early on decided to make it a print-in-place hinge mechanism, which means that there are no extra metal pieces or components used for the hinge to work. It's all plastic and it instantly works after 3D printing the pieces. All you have to do is print the corresponding bottom and top piece in one single go, as if they were one big piece, and overlapping the hinge part of the top piece with the hinge part of the bottom piece, make it one big inseparable hinge mechanism. The cause of that, which some of you are not gonna like, is that the hinge is really strong enough to hold the weight of the screen, which means that there's only one predetermined angle in which the screen will safely sit on the table. So no real adjustable angles, just this one. Apart from that, I think the hinge mechanism and the printing in place works pretty well. The only other thing that kinda sucks about it is that I designed it in a way that it has to be printed in a 90-degree angle, which means this part here is printed with supports, and as you can see, it doesn't really come out that pretty from my printer. But depending on how high quality your printer is or what printing service you use, this may not be a real issue for you. The other big design decision that I had to make was where to put the power bank and the phone. The two most feasible options being to either do it the way I did, with them being next to the screen, or putting them both in the bottom underneath the keyboard, which would make the device less wide, obviously, and more compact, but also make the phone inaccessible as a second screen, which is one of the things I like most about the whole idea behind building a lapdog. So that's why I went with putting them to the side, with the power bank acting as a potential handrest for using the phone. I do have an idea on how to potentially improve the portability of the entire thing. It's not terrible right now, the device is about 40 centimeters wide, but I think maybe it could be possible to put another hinge right here to be able to rotate this part to the bottom for transport. I think that would be pretty hard to pull off, but maybe I would be able to do that. I will definitely look into it. Now, while we're at it with the power bank, you may have noticed this weird little dongle right here, which is my extremely stupid but also kinda genius solution for charging the power bank. You see, its charging ports are all on this corner. There's a USB-C, a Lightning, and a micro USB charging port, and my preferred charging option for anything is of course USB-C, with my original intention being to route the USB-C cable through this hole up here, maybe, to get to the charger, but that proved basically impossible, since the USB-C cable for the phone kind of blocks this whole way. So yeah, in a stroke of genius, I came up with the idea of simply buying an adapter to make the USB-C port accessible, and it totally works. It's totally fine. It just kinda sucks that you have to get this thing. But hey, on the bright side, there's still an accessible output port of the power bank right here, so you're able to charge other devices besides your phone, like for example also the Bluetooth keyboard I'm using. One last cool thing I want to mention, which maybe sells some people over, is the fact that the HDMI port of the screen is totally accessible, which means that when you're not using it as a dock for your phone, you can also plug it into your PC and use it as a secondary screen. So it's a pretty neat dual-use device. And I think that's all I have to say for now about this new laptop prototype. Feel free to tell me your thoughts about it in the comments. Like and subscribe, obviously. And if you want to build this thing yourself, you can check out the free printing files on my Patreon. If you want to get access to the project file, check out becoming a member on my Patreon. And thank you a lot for all the people who have become members. I really appreciate it. And yeah, check out JLCPCB if you want to. And have a nice day.